Hey YouTube, the Touchdown Podcast, back in a video for you guys today. And today, I want to go over Dolphins news. There's a lot that's spoken out today about Tua, Waddle, Phillips, and Holland. I want to go over that. And I also want to go over my draft prospects that I want Miami to look at in this draft. I haven't looked at all their highlights and stuff from college, but there's just some guys that other people have talked about that they've shown some highlights, and I like what they've said about them. So I put their names down. I want to talk about them more quick because the draft is next Thursday. So I want to get this out. This video was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, or last week, but I didn't get time, so we're doing it today. We're finally getting it done right before the draft next Thursday. So let's get it. Let's get after it, okay? I'm not gonna talk forever. I also want to get right into it right away. The first thing that Chris Greer talked about, because he was one that talked about these things, is, the Tua report is something that I saw, I think this last weekend. But Chris Greer said today that he's picking up Waddle's extension, 5th-year option. He is picking up Phillips' 5th-year option. Holland's extension is a priority for the Miami Dolphins at this moment after Tua, it seems like, and Waddle's extension also. What it seems like to me is Phillips will play through most of his 5th-year options and probably get extension after this year if he has a breakout. I'm expecting him to have a breakout. If so, he probably get his extension and get paid big money. Waddle, I think they'll have an extension done for him this offseason, but who knows? They might not. But it seems like, to me, I think if I was them, I would extend him this offseason. Because this receiver money is going to go up. These receivers are going to get paid big money. Devontae Smith just got a extension done, and his money wasn't crazy expensive. But these receivers are going to get crazy expensive. So if you're Miami Dolphins, you need to take care of this now like Philadelphia did. But yeah, so it seems like Phillips will play most of his 5th-year option. That's what it seems like. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. But it looks like Holland will get an extension, it sounds like, so I'm very happy about that. I want Waddle and Holland's extensions done first. Those are the guys the priority after Tua. And Phillips, I do want him to get an extension. I do think he will get his extension at some point. But he's had injury history, so he needs to have a breakout for me to feel really confident in giving him a big time extension. Because when we talk about extensions, that's going to be big money, right? And I don't want to pay Jalen Phillips big money if he can't stay healthy for more than half the season. So I think he'll still healthy. I think he's going to have a breakout year. I really do. And if that's the case, pay the man. Don't have him play through this whole 5th-year option. Just pay him after this season. That's what I would do. Okay? So there's that. I want to clarify that. Now, the Tua report that I saw over the weekend from somebody was, well, we know Chris Greer and Tua, they've been talking about an extension for a while. It's going to happen. He's going to get his money. But what I've heard is it's not going to be for the $55 million per year as everyone has speculated. It seems like to be more around the $50 million per year, maybe $45 million per year. Now, I could be wrong, but that's a report that has came out this weekend, and it could change, obviously. We know this stuff. Anything could change. He could get his $55 million per year. You will see. But we know he's going to get a big-time payday. But, and $50 million to $55 million, there's not a big difference, but money, sometimes there is a difference. So we'll see what happens there. But I hope Tua gets his extension done soon. I hope Waddle gets his extension done soon. Hope Holland gets his extension done soon. Phillips, I would wait. And I would only wait until after this season. After this season he has a breakout year, pay him big time money. If he has a good year, a better year, but doesn't have a total breakout, I would still pay him, but I wouldn't pay him as much money as you would for an edge rusher, right? So we'll see what happens with that. But I hope Jalen Phillips has a breakout year. I expect him to. I expect him to have a breakout year. I expect him to get his payday with the Miami Dolphins. I hope we bring him back, though. Hope we give him a big-time extension because, trust me, I want Phillips around for the long term, just like I want Holland, Tua, and those guys for the long term, right? But now I want to go over draft prospects with you guys real quick. Guys, I'm looking at pick 21 for the Miami Dolphins if they were to stay there and these players were to be at their pick. Okay, number 1, the D-tackle from Illinois, Newton. And these guys, they're not in a certain order. These are just players that I'm from the Miami Dolphins. I'm looking at pick 21. D tackle Newton from Illinois. Do they need a D tackle right now? Not necessarily. Yes, they do. Do they need a starting D tackle? I would say so. Zach Sealer is more of that number 2 guy. They need a number 1, But do I think they need number 1 at pick 21? No. They don't need number 1 D tackle at pick 21. But if Newton was the best player available, take him. Byron Murphy, same deal. If he fell and he fell to pick 21, he was the best player available, take him. D tackle from Texas. Okay. O lineman, Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon. I've heard speculations that he could drop out of the first round maybe, or late first round, that maybe Miami should not take him at pick 21. But if he was there and he was the best player available, take him if you're the Miami Dolphins, because we could use a center. Move Brewer to guard would be the best option for the Miami Dolphins. Wide receiver from LSU, Brian Thomas Jr. If he was the fall and he was the best player available, which he probably would be, take him. You need receiver 3, take him. But I would rather have O lineman or D lineman. That's my preference, but I wouldn't mind a receiver if it was the best player available. J.C. Latham, O lineman from Alabama. I wouldn't mind that pick at all. Do I expect him to fall to pick 21? No. But if he did, take him, because he would be the best player available. I think he's a left tackle. Probably move him to guard until Armstead is retired, and then move him back to left tackle. Wouldn't mind that. Xavier Worthy, he will not be BPA at pick 21. He will not be best player available. I doubt that. But we know Dolphins love speed. If a lot of the good linemen were gone, I wouldn't mind taking a receiver like Xavier Worthy. But at the same time, I expect him to either fall to the late, like to pick 31 or 32 and be drafted around that range, or fall into the second round. So that is something I would take at pick 21 unless there was unless Miami just took them because a lot of the linemen were gone. Jared Verse from Florida State. I did not expect him to fall to pick 21 at all. But if he fell there, he'd probably be BPA, best player available at that point. Take him. We could always use more edge rushers. We know Chubb injury, Phillips' injury. Phillips should be good for week 1. But who knows? You never know. Bradley Chubb, or Chubb, who knows? Who knows when he will come back? Could be. I expect him to be back by week 3, but you never know with injuries. So you always got more edge depth. I know they got Shaquille Barrett. You got to add more depth than just Shaquille Barrett. I would go get Verse or Chop Robinson at Penn State. I wouldn't mind that pick either. Nate Wiggins. All these corners. Seems like there's some corners that are expected to go in the top 15. Wasn't expecting that early on. A lot of people didn't have corner going top 15. Nate Wiggins, if he fell to pick 21 because it's crazy speed, I would take him. Him or Mitchell from Toledo. I wouldn't mind that. Those two guys are fast. Could be corner 3s. Or probably, I'd probably say there'd be corner, they'd be corner 5, but potential corner 3s at some point. Maybe corner 2 when Ramsey's gone. And, if it depends on how long you keep Kendall Fuller for. Who knows? Because he's getting up there in age too. But you got Cam Smith. You got those guys that have. Cam Smith hasn't shown anything yet, but he hasn't been able to prove anything yet. He's in a new system. I believe he's gonna get a chance now to prove himself. I think he's gonna be a dog, but we'll have to wait and see on him. But we can always use more DBs. I wouldn't mind picking one at 21 if it was best player available. There's a guy from Oregon State. I can't say his Ferrano, whoever his name is. I can't say his name, but I'm sorry. I apologize to you. But he's a dog. Projected to go in the top 10. That's what I've seen in one mock draft. Another person had him pick 14, being drafted around pick 14. I wouldn't mind him at pick 21. If he fell at pick 21, I would take him immediately. But who knows, right? I doubt he falls that low. Barton from Duke. He's an offensive guard, I believe. I wouldn't mind him. I've seen that he could fall in the second round or be in the second round, but projection is he probably will be in the first round. If I'm Miami, they have looked at Barton, I believe. Take him if he's best player available. I don't know if he will be. Fuaga is Oregon State. My bad. That's the guy I would take, right? If he was best player available. Ferrano is from Washington. He is a great tackle. I wouldn't mind him at pick 21. They have a lot of options here. They really do at pick 21. They have a lot of options, but I wouldn't mind him. I've heard projection that he could fall, back from pick 21 down to, pick 24 or whatever. I would pick him up at pick 21 from the Miami Dolphins. You need O-line help. Either way, you have to go O-lineman either at pick 21 or pick 55 in the second round. You got to pick an O-lineman at some point in this draft early on. So then you look at it and see what. Some people think D-line's more of a need, and I don't blame people for that. But I would say offensive line is the absolute need to protect Tua and keep this offense going at all cylinders. The defense proved themselves last year. They're a good defense. The offense was good early, struggled late in the year. We need the offense to stay good consistently, and O-line would help that. And then the last guy I want to talk about before I end this video is Guyton from Oklahoma. Seems like he'll be a late first-round pick, but if pick 21, you choose to take him, would I hate it? No. He's an O-lineman. I wouldn't hate it. But who knows what Miami's going to do here. They can go any way in at pick 21. There's probably still other names that you could bring up for this pick. But these are guys that I have seen people talk about. Not a lot of DBs, but mainly a lot of the position, like the O-lineman, receiver, D-lineman. So, but I'll talk more with you guys in the next video. I'll probably have a video out on Thursday or Friday. My wife's on the phone, so I got her to end this video. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. As always, fins up. See you guys later, y'all. Peace and love. Go Dolphins all the way. You already know.